Hey everybody, just came down to get the lights turned on this morning, and while I was doing so I heard a big vigorous splashing down here in my formerly red-clawed crab tank. So somebody must have jumped out of here again and landed in here again. So let's try to figure out who it is this time. As much as the splashing as I heard, it seems like it's probably a larger fish. So let's look down here and see what we can see. So far not seeing anything. So somebody was in here making a big splash this morning. Let's see what we can see down underneath of here. I can't really, but using the phone I can kind of look under there. Alright, not seeing anybody under there, right off the top of my head. The only fish that are supposed to be in this tank are, see that little guppy right there? There's 5 of them in the tank, and the splashing I heard made it almost seem like I've got a big white suckerfish in this tank. It's a native fish. It's about 6 inches long, and like that's the degree of splashing I heard when I turned the lights on this morning. So how a fish that splashed like that is hiding like this, that I can't even find it, is beyond me. I assumed we were going to find some fish swimming around in here from the larger tank, and we still might. Like I said, it still might be hiding under there, but that's going to take a little more disassembling. I've got all this stuff is on top of that rock, so I'll have to really get in there and work on that. Ah, there it is. I think it is that sucker fish. Okay. I do believe it is that suckerfish. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Yep. I don't know if you just saw that or not, but he just flipped up out of the water. Alright. There, we got him. Is that white suckerfish? And now he is in my native tank. Alright, that was a good morning. So that giant thing was in my, he's not looking too good either. It almost looks like its back is bent or broken or something. I think that might be what it is. I think it might have injured itself when it was thrashing around in that little tiny tank. Oh, that's a shame. It looked like it wasn't moving its back, and its back was bent funny. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that one, make sure I don't have a dead suckerfish in this tank later. I'm not sure. I don't have access to the light switch over here. It's on the other side of the room. Let's walk around here and get that light turned on. So that is probably one of the original suckerfish that was in this tank. I had 2 of the white suckerfish in here already. Of course, everybody's going pell-mell trying to find a place to hide now that the lights have come on. There it is. So I think that is my injured one. And then here is, wait a minute, there's one there. There's the other one there. I know it's kind of hard to tell through the glare, but there's 2 of them right there. And then there's that one there. So I guess the other fish we were looking at down here was this one, and it's just a creek chub. So, alright. Definitely going to have to keep my eye on that one today and make sure it's okay. So I used to have brackish water in that little tank in the front, but when all the red-clawed crabs died eventually, or got out, or whatever happened to them, I've gradually just sort of not bothered by keeping it brackish, and every time I've done a water change, I've put fresh water back in. So by now that tank is probably fully fresh water. So when this fish jumped out last night, it wasn't necessarily swimming around in brackish water all night, but it was sitting in a little tiny tank. I mean, you saw the size of the tank that big fish was in. That's not a whole lot of water for a fish that size. So maybe today I'll get in here and I'll revamp this tank a little bit and do something with it. I regularly find fish in this tank that have come up and out of this tank. Remarkably, I've only found one or two on the carpet, and actually gone out of the tank and landed on the floor somewhere. I found one over here one day, and I found a little dead guppy on the floor one day. Otherwise, I have found frogs in this tank down here. I found fish in this tank down here. And this morning, you just saw we found quite a large fish in this tank. I love the way guppies find little places to sleep. Alright, there you go, everybody. That was my exciting morning. I got to get the rest of the lights turned on and get my day started. So make sure you're subscribed. You never know what you're going to get with me. And then, of course, all of it's good stuff, and you don't want to miss any of it. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one.